Hey there. I wanted to talk a little bit about the stock market and how it's not always how it would seem to be. It's not really a neutral playing field. And for example, look at what happened to the oil and gas stocks recently after the prices of oil and gas dropped drastically. There was a huge fall in the prices of oil and gas, oil, petroleum, and natural gas, which is what the oil and gas companies drill for. That's what they mine. Now you would expect when something like that would happen that the stock prices, the share prices of the oil and gas companies would drop as well. But that didn't happen so much. If you look at companies like ExxonMobil, it pretty much stayed up where it was. And I think there's a good reason for that. If you look at the history of the oil and gas industry, there's a close connection between the people who founded and drove those industries and the people who built up the American banking industry and the financial industry. So these are people who invest, even to this day. A lot of them are the same people who have interconnections between these two industries. So in a sense, they would tend to back these companies, especially established companies like ExxonMobil, which I believe comes from the old Standard Oil Company of the Rockefellers. Now, the Rockefellers were also big bankers and investors. So you can see how sort of they would want a certain class of investors would want to prop up a company like ExxonMobil. While at the same time, if you look at renewable energy stocks, even after the Paris Climate Agreement, now after a gargantuan agreement like that, you would think that renewable energy stocks would go up. And some of them went up to some extent, but for the most part, nothing really happened. Nothing really happened. You didn't see the kind of movement, the kind of establishment, even though renewable energy prices, the prices to install renewable energy, whether it be wind turbines, solar panels, or whatever, is going down. And you have this commitment by nations to build more renewable energy. You really didn't see the reaction you would expect on the stock market. So that's one thing you have to realize about the investment world out there. It's not really a neutral playing field. There are inherent biases in the stock market.